Okay. Already we have, already we have in this two different modules. One is admin, the other one is employer module. We need to have here another module called like job seeker module is needed. Okay, let me create here, but when I try to create it, was going into templates folder. Okay, though I have actually now come here. Give me the admin. Otherwise, we create somewhere. Okay, come down. Okay, now we create job seeker, another module. To make this job seeker, we need a file even in the job seeker folder. A new file is required. It is underscore init underscore .py. Though it is not containing, but when you have this file, this will be treated like a module. We can make this as a module with that. So we have admin module, employer module, and job seeker module. Fine, if you come to the main.py, all the roots we are keeping in this. Since application is very small, we have only few roots. Okay, the roots are like here, app root, job sin. Okay, this is going to render job sign in, that is. Similarly, jobs rec, it is going to render jobs rec, registration HTML page. When you go with admin home, this is going to show admin home.html, and this is going to show us admin login. Okay, and one more thing is here, admin employers, we need to, we have created even them. Okay, and for job seekers also, we have created admin job seekers. This is for the admin part. Okay, now when we come here and render, come to this. Okay, so here when you click on the register, nothing happens actually because we haven't written so far anything. Okay, so here jobs in. We get the screen, so job seeker can sign in by entering user ID and by entering password. Then after that, they can go with sign in or they can register here. When they click on the register, it goes to registration page. Okay, so to register, now what fields are required, we need to check here. And also, whenever you go for registration, we need to have in such cases some CAPTCHA. You know what is actually the CAPTCHA? Okay, we have a CAPTCHA. CAPTCHA is basically completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. Okay, so Turing machine, there is a machine actually. It is taught in the there's a subject called actually. So in that subject, it is taught. It is completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. They are not same. Okay, so that's the full form of the CAPTCHA. And CAPTCHA is actually here, it's an acronym, not abbreviation. It's completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. So what is CAPTCHA? Let us see in this. We need to add a CAPTCHA here. So what type of captcha is needed? We need to identify there. So captcha is something like this. So this is nothing but captcha. You have a line here, a curved line we are having here. This one. So when you have some symbols like this is like an image actually. It is something like an image. Okay. So whenever you have image, OCRs can actually read it. Optical character recognition, you might be knowing. So with the help of the OCR, an image can be converted to text. If text is available like string, it can be converted. So that's the reason what they do. They actually here break it. Okay. So W, for example, you take a vertical line or a horizontal line, they put there. So in that case, the W is broken into two parts. And similarly, here we have one more line. When you have line like this, actually the OCR gets confused and it cannot convert this into the given word. Okay, so this is called as captcha. By looking at that, we need to type here the answer. Normally, we get like that. Okay, so in the same manner, we need to create a captcha for this. So whenever we come to this here, we require a captcha at the bottom. Somewhere before we register, we need to have a captcha. Or else we require here some kind of email ID. To the email ID, we need to send the required captcha. Okay, when they enter captcha, in such case, we can register. This is another way of doing. Captcha code we can enter, we can send to the email ID. Okay, so here we have username as email ID, then this is password, and here we can enter actually the captcha code, or you can say authorization code, which is sent to email ID. Okay, which is sent to email ID. So once we enter the code which is sent to email ID, that we have to, so that we have to here enter. Okay. So here we need to enter captcha, here email ID, then here password. After clicking on actually get OTP, something like that we require, not OTP, or we can say even OTP, one-time password kind of thing. So that OTP has to be sent to a registered email ID. Upon receiving that OTP, we need to enter here. So therefore, we require two things. One is what? Here we need to generate the OTP. That OTP must be, sent to the, where we send actually, we have to send that OTP to the registered email ID. So once that is sent to registered email ID, what should happen in such cases? They should receive and they need to enter the OTP here. Okay. If OTP, whatever we sent is entered here, so in that case, registration can be successful. Okay. So that way we need to here go with the registration. So here we need to enter email ID. In the place of the username, we need to have here email ID. Okay, so in the place of the username, we put the email ID here. And again, that email ID must not be the existing one. They need to enter always actually an email ID which is not existing, that is going to be unique. So therefore, here come to the HTML page. This is in the templates folder. It is jobs.rec.html. We need to put here on the top. Okay, email ID. It is email ID. So here placeholder, enter your valid email ID or your email ID. Okay. Then after that, we enter password. So by default, registration must be disabled. You have your submit button, this is fine, but register you take here, by default, this must be disabled. We have to disable this particular button now. Okay, we need to disable this particular thing. By default, we need to disable. So how do we disable that? Here you can write like disabled. It is right now disabled. Okay, now come here, just try to refresh this. By default, this is disabled now. What happened in this case? This is disabled. Something is coming up here that should not come. Okay. So here, by default, this is disabled here. Nothing can be done here in this case now. Okay. So here it is disabled. That should not be. Nothing should happen here. Why it is behaving like this? You're getting something like this here. Nothing should come for us actually. So why it is coming, we check actually, fine. But when we click on the register, it should be getting for us enabled. They need to enter email ID, they need to enter password. Upon entering email ID and password, we need to get here a CAPTCHA. Okay, we have to create here a CAPTCHA and here get OTP first thing. First step is what here? Get an OTP. As soon as we enter password, we need to get here OTP. Okay, so first thing here, write like this. So before the button, we require here again div okay, so this is for OTP, one-time password. We have this is going to be OTP. Enter the OTP. Okay, enter the OTP. Send to your email ID. By default, this should not be visible. Okay, by default, this should not be visible, but when you click on the button here, get OTP, in such case, this should be visible. Okay, by default, this must not be visible for us. Now, if you refresh here, you're getting OTP. Enter the OTP sent to your email ID. Okay, to the left of actually register button, you can go here and have like a button to generate the OTP. But this is not a button. We try to use here some anchor tag. A we use. This is anchor tag. Okay, and here it is not disabled. Neither this is actually a button. Looks like a button, but this is not a button. Okay, type file submit. We have removed here. The next thing, this is anchor tag. We have here a, okay, get OTP. Okay, get OTP. So they are going to get OTP to registered email. Okay, get OTP. Then we click on that, the OTP must be getting generated for us. Okay, so here you need to have an ID for this. ID, this is OTP gen. Not there. ID with a button, we put it. Okay, it is anchor tag, correct? Get OTP, then right here, ID equal to OTP gen. It has to generate a OTP for us. An OTP must be getting generated upon clicking that particular link. So from where we get actually OTP? OTP must be from the server side. Okay, if you click on this here now, you have get OTP. This is getting enabled, but this is not enabled here. Or even you can hide this area. Okay, when somebody is clicking on this, what should happen actually? Here, it should not perform anything. So clicking must not be allowed as long as this is not enabled. When you click on this, something is happening here that should not happen for us. When you click on the OTP, now here what should happen? It should send the OTP. So in such cases, once OTP is sent, this part must be here shown for us. Okay, so the div part, it is here. We go with even for this ID. We write this as OTP div. Okay, this is OTP div that we need to hide. By default, this must be hidden. Okay, whether we have jQuery or not in this, let us check. So find here, we come to the script part. We can have here the script part. With the help of that, we can check. Okay, so if you go with the admin home, we have a script block here. There is one script block in this, whether jQuery is available or not, we can check. So here we have block script inside that we can set it. So come to here, it is job seek reg. Here inside this, we go with this. Then at the end, we can have here this one as we close even the script tag. Then this is end block. The block of code we are going to end in this. Okay, here we are using Jinja templates. So like this, we can create a block. This is for the JavaScript. And we don't require here Bootstrap, but instead we have to go with the jQuery. So where is the jQuery data? Like we can see here static. Then here in this, we have a Bootstrap. Okay, but there is no, if you go with the Bootstrap again, JS, if you take, we don't have any JavaScript code in this. There is no jQuery available in this. So we need to add here required JS. In the JS only, we can have here another folder called jQuery. jQuery folder we can put inside this. Okay, let us try to get here the jQuery. Okay, download jQuery latest version. We need to download this. So go to this part, then you can download from here the required jQuery. So the code is something like this available to us. You can copy the entire code and we can put inside the library. So here we can create a new file. We call this as jQuery.js. And in that we paste it. We are going to paste that particular code. So it is what exactly? jQuery.js. We need to call in the admin, like admin, we come to this here, then admin, it is job seeker rec.html. Here we need to call it JS, and here followed by, put here slash jQuery.min.js. jQuery.js we put. Okay, whenever we expand the JS, in the JS we find one of thing as here jQuery.js. Now jQuery is available for us inside this. Okay, whether it is working in the given template or not, we check. What file this is? This file is, it's admin home. Okay, here it is. Let us see whether this is working or not. Okay, here we write dollar followed by here document dot ready. Then here it is function. Inside this we write alert. Welcome to jQuery. We write this way. It's welcome to jQuery. Run this, and as soon as the document is loaded, it has to print it for us. Okay, now come to this and refresh. It is not printing that. Let us see what is the problem. We need to debug this. More tools and developer tools here. Okay, if you go to the console, in the console, okay, we have one warning in this, no errors. There are no errors actually. If you go with the messages. Okay, when I go here, the jQuery must be available. I'm trying to load the script jQuery here. So inside this must be available now. I'm just saying here, alert, welcome to jQuery. We put here semicolon, then after that, let me see here whether this works correct or not. Again, let me restart here, otherwise. Okay, run this now. After that, just try to click on this. Okay, there are two issues it says here. One warning, no errors, but one warning we have here. And when you go with the info, okay, so it is not available, unable to get that. You're not getting the jQuery in such cases. Okay, so jQuery is not available here. What could be the reason? We need to see here. So once again, let us go with this and try to add in this. Okay, let us remove this and try to see what will happen now here in this. Refresh this. Still, this is not working. Okay, it's not working. Dollar document dot ready function. Okay, as soon as the document is loaded, it has to give this welcome to jQuery message for us, but we are not getting that particular thing here. Okay. So once again, we undo this here. Let us try to add again here the script part. src equal to, here it is. First we go with the static slash, then here bootstrap. So where exactly it is available in this bootstrap slash JS. Then here it is. We don't have anything like jQuery. So if you go here with the bootstrap.min.js is available. But when I say here, jQuery is available, jQuery.js is available. Okay, but this is not taking here. So we go with the JS, jQuery, then .js. This must be available. So everything is available in fact here. So this must be available to us. Okay, by default, this should be hidden. And upon actually, after getting OTP, this part has to be enabled. So jQuery is not working here. Why it is not working? Where is the problem? Probably with this version, there is any error. Okay, if you go here and see with this, okay, more tools, we go with the developer tools inside this. It's not giving any error for us. Okay, so there is nothing actually, there are no errors. It should be loaded automatically for us. But somehow they're not getting loaded. Probably there is some error with that. So jQuery. Okay, latest version. CDN, we try to take from the CDN in such cases. We go with this and try to add this one here. But this is wrong actually. You can go this way, script, take this and try to add in this. So though you have file there, that's no issue with this. We go here with the jobs rec, and in this place, let us try to put that. Okay, now upon, okay, that is CDN, then here refresh, now it is working. That means it's a problem with the given code for us. We have a problem with the jQuery, what we have added in that. Okay, when you go with the script src, in such cases, we are getting problem. Okay, so here, like this, when you put, you are getting. Without any problem, we are getting it. Script src equal to, when you go here, we are getting, once again, we try to see here, what is the problem? Script src equal to here. Okay, dot slash, followed by here, we can go with the static, then slash. It's not possible like this here. So just go with the, okay, just here, go with this, then dot slash, followed by, we put here static. Automatically, it should be available for us. Okay, so where is the folder exactly? Static folder is available. In the static folder, we have Bootstrap in that. But templates, in the templates, we have this slash. We go with the static. Then here it is JS, first Bootstrap. Bootstrap, strap. Then followed by JS. Then you have here jQuery.js. Okay, then we close the script block here, slash followed by script. The earlier one, let us try to comment, or we can comment that particular thing using the syntax. It is basically HTML comment. Now run again. So in this case, whether we get or not, we can check. It is working now. Without any problem, that particular thing is working. So welcome to jQuery we have written, it's working. Okay, now jQuery is working for us. Okay, so initially, as soon as the document is loaded, we need to hide this part. This div we have to hide. Where can we hide it? Upon loading the document, we need to hide that particular thing. Right here, dollar followed by hash. Then this is go with the hide. Just try to hide that particular thing. Now, when you refresh, it is getting hidden now. Okay. Upon clicking on this particular thing, whenever you go with the get OTP, so in such cases, it is going to be here shown for us. Okay. So we are not calling actually the server side get OTP, but what we do here is first we enter here email ID, then we enter password. After that, when we click on the get OTP, so in such cases that must be shown. Initially, what we do, we are hiding that particular part. By default, that should not be shown. Okay, when you enter email ID, when you enter password, and that too when you enter them. If it's the email ID and if it is password, then in such cases, so this the OTP, I mean, you need to call the OTP part. Otherwise, you should not call. You need to validate the form here. Okay, you need to validate the form. When you don't enter here email ID or password, you should not be in a position to click the OTP. Okay, so therefore, what we do here, we need to validate whether this is a valid email or not, we need to know. For that purpose, you can use the regexpress. We call it as regex. Regex stands for regular expressions. Okay, so regular expressions. We use this very much in the Linux. When you use VI editor, probably you came across with the Linux operating system, there is editor called VI, visual editor. Okay, it is having three modes. One is actually insert mode, then command mode. Okay, so one more mode is something like I think modify mode or update mode. There are three modes. To search something, actually, we can use the regular expressions. Okay, we have regular expressions. We need to find here a valid email string for that. So let us search and try to find here. Okay, so regex example to validate an email. JavaScript. With JavaScript, how it can be done? Let us see in this. So here, probably somewhere you can get. So this is called as regular expression. So in this, probably they give an example. That example we try to take and see how that works. Okay. So probably here you find some kind of thing. Email validation. What is the string that is we see here? Okay, so here we check like this. We write a function. Okay, we write a function. And you see here, they are returning once true, otherwise it's returning false here. Sometime back, you asked Sri about this question. Can a function return multiple values? Okay, depending on the requirement, it can be returning multiple values.
Yeah.
By default, this can return. Otherwise, we can have only one value. That also we can set.
Okay.
Okay, as long as you write neat and clean code, that is enough actually. Normally, standards we use for everyone's convenience. All of you have to follow a certain set of norms, rules, and procedures. Okay, some new team member comes in when new person is inducted into team. In such cases, the person can understand how early the previous code was written. For that, mostly we use the standards. That means uniformity you have. When somebody is going through your code, you can easily understand that. That's the reason. So here I'm writing here a method with the help of that it can be validated. So I just write here another function, a JavaScript function I'm writing here. It is what validate email, and I give here mail, and I'm going to be adding this particular thing here. So instead of that, I can put here just mail only here. Okay. So initially, I can declare a variable using var keyword. You can declare variables here in the JavaScript. You can have two different types of variables, three different types of variables in the JavaScript. One is, global variable. Outside the scope of a function, when you declare a variable, that is called as global variable. Okay, but if you declare a variable using var keyword within the function, it is local to the function or it's global to the function. Okay, outside the scope of the function, it's not available. And when you define something in the curly brackets, it is called as not curly brackets. When you define some variable using let keyword, in such case, it is actually block level variable. Okay, you have three different types of variables: global variables, local variables in the function, or you can have a block level variable using let keyword. We do that. I'll show you that here. So var, okay, so this is var equal to here. It is by default, I want to assign this as false. And JavaScript is actually loosely typed language. Okay, using var keyword and using here identifier equal to here, I'm assigning false. Depending on the value, the type is going to be inferred here. Var type is going to be Boolean now. Okay, so like in the other language, like in the C we write int a, int b, like that you define, but here you don't have any type. So type is going to be getting inferred here automatically depending on the value here. Okay, we don't have any type decorators in this. Where var equal to false, depending on the value, what we are assigning. So type is going to be getting inferred here. And once you declare a variable, okay, you are assigning false value. Later on, if you take the var and if you try to assign some number, in that case also it is accepted. It is not actually very strictly typed language. JavaScript is very loosely typed language. Okay, the value in the value for the variable can change whenever value is changing, depending on the type of depending on the value, the type is going to be inferred for the variable. So var is the identifier, it equal to false, I said. And when I write something like this, this is called as Hungarian notation. There are different notations when you declare variable we use. This is called as Hungarian notation. Very first letter is lowercase, subsequent letter is going to be uppercase, then after that again you have lowercase. Okay, and sometimes we use here like camel case. I write like this, validate email. So this is called as camel case. Very first word is going to be in lowercase, subsequent words are going to be in the proper case. So this is called as here like camel case. For functions we use camel case, and for variables we have to use only lowercase always. So here write var equal to false. Okay. So here in such cases, we write var equal to true. You can put this one as here, true. Similarly, here we need to return the value var. So here in such case, you don't have any confusion. Instead of returning multiple times, you are just returning only once. This is what validate email. You need to validate email here. Upon actually, if it is getting validated successfully, so in such cases, you can continue. And here, before you click on that, even here only you can validate it. So where do we enter here? We enter data somewhere in this. Okay, email ID, this is your username. Okay, otherwise you can say this as email. And ID also you can keep as email. ID equal to email. Like this, we put. ID equal to email, name equal to email, and placeholder equal to enter your email ID. Okay, as soon as we come out from that, you can validate there. Span followed by here ID equal to email validation. You can put something like this. Okay. Here slash span and here you go with the class equal to text followed by some red we put. Probably you have a text red bootstrap class. Let us see what bootstrap class that is going to be. Text red bootstrap. So it is available for us. Colors, if you take all color constants, you have in this manner. Text primary, text secondary, text danger. Okay, or else you can go with the text danger as well. It's going to be showing in the red color for us. So here the color you can where exactly it is. Here you can put the class. Okay, whenever there is data in that. Okay, so here we have a username. We enter actually in this data. But when the validate email should fire here, whenever it is actually getting blurred. Okay, inside this jQuery, we need to write the code. So here we go with the dollar. Then here we go with the ID based. This is called as email. Then here dot, there are going to be many methods here in this. Okay, dot followed by here we need to we have a focus out method. Focus out followed by here function. So whenever it's getting focused out, in such case you need to fire something. So right here alert focus out. Whether this is working correct or not, you can check. Okay, now come to this part. Here in this refresh. From here, what I do, I press tab key. This should be firing basically. It has to fire for us. So why this is not firing? Let us see. Did I associate or not? I have to see. Here dollar email dot focus out function alert focus out. Okay. So if I come down here, I need to have ID as email, name also equal to email here. ID is coming twice here. Because of that, we have a problem. Okay, remove the ID. Now just go with this. Refresh this. Now from here, it is saying focus out. That means control is coming out from that. When control is coming out from that, in such case, we need to validate the email. Okay, now come down here, then try to check for the email. You need to call this function here. Okay, you have to call the function. So here we go with if condition, if followed by validate email. And what value we require here? This particular value you require here. Okay, so when we come here, dot val. This is the function. With the help of that, you can get the value. So in such cases, if that is true, therefore, we need to put some text inside this. What is the text? Here, email validation. It is showing continuously. Okay. So here inside the code, try to write that piece of code. Okay, here go with this, then followed by it is hash email validation dot text Okay, so what we do with the function, we have written a function. So with that function, what we are trying to do here. So this is valid, this not equal to true in such case. If not, write text, it is invalid email ID. Okay, so else we don't do anything. You can go with the here, you can go with this, and the else part, you can write this way. Just a minute after this, correct. So else here, we write this one as empty. So this we are writing with the help of the jQuery. jQuery is also one such library, something similar to React or Angular. Okay, so now refresh this. We enter some ASD, something like this. It says invalid email ID. You can see here. It is now printing as invalid email ID. Now suppose I enter a valid email ID like this. Now it is actually validated. It is validating. So here using a regular expression we are doing. This is called as regular expression. With the help of this, we are actually doing it. We are testing the given email with the regular expression here. This is called as regular expression. Okay, you need to study a little bit about the regular expressions. What are these characters here? What is /W? Okay, so you need to understand that this is what basically validating email. So if this is actually like, if it is getting passed, that means if it is returning a true value, then in such cases, B or val true, otherwise it is going to be false only. Ultimately, we are returning here. And in the document.ready, once document is ready, we try to focus out. Focus out meaning is what from here, whenever control is coming into next line, then in such cases, we are trying to validate it. We are trying to validate. Okay. So here, what is happening? Email validation.text invalid email ID. We print it. Otherwise, it is going to be clearing everything. Okay, it's going to be clearing everything. Okay, so here, therefore, what you do, you can go with the error count. On the top, you can declare here some error count. Where, okay, validation, error count. You can go like this. Equal to initially, you have a 0. We have 0 in such cases. Validation error count equal to, here it is 0. Okay, so how many errors we have, we can find. Or else different things you need to take. Where email validated equal to here by default false it is. Similarly, where password validated equal to false, we have both. Okay, email validated, in such case, this equal to here, or else you can just put here only equal to, it is B or val. Okay, B or val, we can put in such cases. Now we need to see even for the, like even for the password. And password should contain here combination of uppercase alphabet, lowercase alphabets, digits, and special symbols. Okay, so for password, what is the placeholder we have there? Placeholder is enter your, here it is enter your name, but this is not name actually, enter password. With a combination of uppercase, lowercase, digits, and special symbols. Okay, special symbols. With that, we should have a password. So it is actually, so enter we remove in such cases. So if you remove here enter, the space will be sufficient. Okay, now when we refresh, password, still it's not enough. Okay, or else you need to put some kind of here. You need to remove some of the things in that. Okay, since it's not actually, it's not enough for us. Password with so they can, one can understand from that. So in such case, even you can actually and special, instead of going with the symbol, you can say special chars. Okay, now try to here go with this. Okay, so further it can be reduced. PWD we can put here. Just refresh this. Okay, uppercase and special chars. Like this we specify here. We enter a valid email ID. Okay, something like this. Then we enter password. We may enter some password. Okay. As soon as we click on the get password, in such case, you need to, it has to be showing the div to get enter OTP. Okay. So here, when we click on the get OTP, we need to get that. So what is the button exactly we have here? Get OTP button we have. There's the button, get OTP. So when we click on the OTP button, we should get it. So this one is OTP gen. We need to write a function for that. So in the document.ready, we come to this part, then here dollar, then here it is hash, followed by here dot, it is click, then here it is function. Okay, now here it should be showing the div for us. So first thing is what? Okay, password validated. We try to initially like this equal to write dollar followed by hash pwd dot val dot length greater than or equal to 8. We take it like this. We are going to be taking it. So whenever password length is greater than or equal to 8 characters, in such cases, even ID equal to pwd, in such case that is going to be true for us. So here we go this way. If first thing is what? Email validated and next thing is password validated. In such cases, the phone was solution. Dollar followed by here hash opt div dot, here it is show. We try to show it, else if this is going to be hidden. Like this, we are going to show and we are going to hide it. So this is hide. Like this, we try to make this. Refresh this here, enter some email ID, followed by we enter like I enter something. When you click on that, it should give, it's giving error here. So go here and see where is the error for us. No errors, but it is not shown. What is the reason? We just see it is not OPT, I think OTP div. I need to set this as OTP div. Okay, and here also this must be OTP div. If I entered correct, then it is going to be OTP div only. So the div here it is OTP div we kept ID. Okay, so with that it has to be shown for us. And this is again OTP. We should have OTP in that. Refresh again this one. Enter some email ID. Enter some password. Okay, now we are getting the OTP. So like this, we have made the registration page. As soon as we click on the get OTP, an OTP must be sent to the registered email. Whatever email ID is given here, to that the OTP must be sent. Okay, so they need to look at that, and when they enter the OTP, in such case, this is going to be getting registered for us. So to get OTP, you need to write the code. You need to write a function. With the help of that, you can actually get the OTP. Okay, so to generate OTP, you require here a method. So with that method, you can send OTP to the registered email ID, whatever email ID is given here. And one more thing, this should not be a already registered email ID. We need to even check that whether there is a valid email ID or not. With the help of the jQuery Ajax, we can do. Okay, we can do that with the help of the jQuery Ajax. With the help of the jQuery Ajax, that can be done. So what happens in such cases? So this should be first of all a registered email ID. It should not be already a registered one. So if it's not registered, in that case, you can actually register. If already registered one, so it should not allow us to register. Similarly, whenever you write here something like this, if you come down, it's saying invalid email ID. Okay, so like this, you need to do validations. If the validations are successful, then in that case, we need to go ahead. It looks like very simple only registration page, but behind it, a lot of code you need to write. So here, how we have done in the same manner, a lot of code you have to write here, even for the registration. People say that within some 10-15 minutes, it can be finished. It's not like that. It takes time. We need to write actually in the perfect way. So for that, it takes time definitely. Validating email ID, validating password, then generating OTP, then OTP. For that, you need to write server-side code to generate the OTP. Then OTP has to be sent to the email ID. Then after that, same OTP must be available here. Okay, so once you get OTP, you need to validate here, and the OTP must actually expire up to certain time. After that, that should not be available. Okay, whatever OTP we receive actually, it should be an hour or something like that. So that way you need to actually validate. This is for the registration. This is actually what? Registration page. Okay, so further we continue tomorrow with the login and with the registration. I write the code for that, then I can show you. So this is basically registering the user for as a job seeker. Okay, just try to go through the today's video again. Try to practice a little bit.
Sridhar, can you show that Git how to add to VS Code?
Okay, I haven't seen that actually. Tomorrow I show you. Sri, please.
Okay.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.